In a controversial statement that has stirred up the basketball world, former NBA champion Chris Bosh asserted that Caitlin Clark, the star Iowa women's basketball player, would lose badly to Bronny James, LeBron James' son, in a one-on-one matchup. Bosh, who won 2 NBA titles with the Miami Heat, made his comments during a recent interview, stating that while Clark is undeniably a talented player, the physical advantages of Bronny James, including his size, strength, and agility, would give him a clear edge in such a contest. Look, Caitlin Clark is an incredible player. She's one of the best to ever play the game, no doubt, Bosh said. But when it comes to a one-on-one against someone like Bronny, it's just a different level. He's taller, stronger, and has the genetics. Caitlin would struggle to keep up in that kind of matchup. Bosh's comments have drawn both support and backlash from fans, with some pointing out the growing recognition of women's basketball and the immense talent Clark has demonstrated over the past season. Clark, known for her incredible shooting range and court vision, led Iowa to a national championship game appearance in 2023 and was named NCAA Player of the Year. On the other hand, Bronny James, who is still a high school player, has garnered attention for his potential to follow in his father's footsteps in the NBA. As of now, he is committed to playing for the University of Southern California, USC. While this comparison has sparked debates on gender, size, and skill in basketball, many are questioning the validity of such a matchup in the first place, noting that men's and women's basketball, though both impressive, are distinct in terms of physical demands and play styles. Ex-NBA champ claims Caitlin Clark would lose badly to Bronny James in one-on-one hoops. In a statement that has quickly become a topic of fierce debate in the basketball world, former NBA champion Chris Bosh recently claimed that Caitlin Clark, the star player for the University of Iowa women's basketball team, would lose badly to Bronny James, the son of NBA superstar LeBron James, in a hypothetical one-on-one basketball matchup. Bosh, who played for the Toronto Raptors and the Miami Heat and won 2 NBA championships, made the remarks during an interview in which he discussed the physical differences between male and female basketball players. While he praised Clark for her skills and accomplishments, including leading Iowa to the 2023 NCAA championship game and winning the NCAA Player of the Year award, Bosh emphasized that the size and athleticism of Bronny James would give him a significant advantage in a one-on-one contest. Look, Caitlin Clark is an incredible player, Bosh said. She's one of the best to ever play the game, no doubt. But when it comes to a one-on-one against someone like Bronny, it's just a different level. He's taller, stronger, faster, and has the genetics. Caitlin would struggle to keep up in that kind of matchup. Bosh's comments have sparked a wave of reactions, dividing fans and pundits alike. Some support Bosh's perspective, acknowledging the physical differences between men and women in basketball, while others are taking offense, arguing that Clark's skills and basketball IQ are more than enough to hold her own, even against a highly touted male prospect like Bronny. Clark, who gained widespread recognition for her dazzling performances during the 2023 NCAA tournament, has revolutionized the game for women's basketball. Her impressive shooting range, court vision, and ability to lead Iowa to the national championship game has earned her numerous accolades and the respect of players and coaches alike. Fans of Clark have been quick to point out that her talent is undeniable and that her success shouldn't be undermined by a comparison to a male high school player, regardless of his pedigree. On the other hand, Bronny James, who is currently a senior at Sierra Canyon High School in Los Angeles, has shown significant promise as a future NBA player. Although still in high school, Bronny is already committed to playing college basketball for the University of Southern California, USC, next season. His performance has been closely watched, with many projecting him to follow in his father's footsteps into the NBA, but he remains an untested player at the professional level. While Bosh's remarks have reignited the debate over gender in sports, particularly in basketball, many are questioning the merits of such a comparison. It's well established that men's and women's basketball differ in some aspects of the game, with men typically having a size and strength advantage that can influence matchups in a one-on-one scenario. However, women's basketball continues to grow in visibility and skill level, and players like Caitlin Clark have shown that they can compete at the highest level. It's not a fair comparison, One fan posted on social media, "It's not about the gender, it's about the context." Caitlin Clark can dominate her competition, and she's proven it on the biggest stages. But comparing her to Bronny James, who is just starting to play at the next level, that's apples and oranges. Despite the controversy, the discussion also raises important questions about the visibility and recognition of women's sports. With the continued growth of women's professional leagues, such as the WNBA, and the increasing talent scene in collegiate programs, some believe that comparisons like this reflect outdated attitudes towards women's basketball. Others, however, believe that Bosch's point about physical differences in the game cannot be ignored. In a physical sport like basketball, where strength, speed, and size often play significant roles, many argue that players like Bronny will naturally have an advantage over female players like Clark in a direct competition. As the debate rages on, one thing is clear. Caitlin Clark's legacy in women's basketball is firmly established, and her contributions to the game will be remembered for years to come, regardless of the outcome of any hypothetical one-on-one matchups. Meanwhile, Bronny James' career is just beginning, and his own journey through the world of basketball will be one to watch closely in the coming years. WNBA analyst who shares Accolade with Caitlin Clark says Fever rookie is unprecedented. In an exciting development for the Indiana Fever, WNBA analyst and former player Swin Cash recently praised the team's rookie, saying her performance has been nothing short of unprecedented. Cash, a two-time WNBA champion and a key figure in the league's development, made her remarks after watching the Fever's latest edition showcase her skills during the early part of the season. The rookie, who comes to the WNBA following an impressive collegiate career, has quickly made a name for herself with her stellar playmaking, offensive prowess, and leadership on the court. But what has caught the attention of analysts like Cash is the way she's been able to step into the league and impact games immediately. "I've seen a lot of great rookies, but what this young woman is doing is unprecedented," Cash said in a recent broadcast. She has the poise and skill set of a seasoned veteran. Her transition from college to the WNBA has been seamless, and that speaks volumes about her preparation and maturity. She's going to be a force in this league for years to come. Her performance has drawn comparisons to some of the best players in recent WNBA history, but Cash is particularly excited by her potential. The rookie's quick rise to stardom is seen as a testament to the growing talent pool in women's basketball. This comes on the heels of Caitlin Clark's groundbreaking college career, which included numerous accolades and widespread recognition as one of the best collegiate players in recent memory. As Cash noted, Clark's influence has undoubtedly contributed to an increased interest in the women's game, and the Fever rookie is one of many new talents that will continue to push the league forward. We're seeing the next generation of stars coming into the WNBA, and it's exciting to watch, Cash said. With Caitlin Clark leading the way in college, and players like this rookie showing out in the pros, the future is incredibly bright for women's basketball. As the rookie continues to develop, all eyes will be on the Fever as they aim to build a championship-contending team around their new star player. With an unprecedented blend of skills, basketball IQ, and leadership, this rookie has certainly earned the attention of analysts and fans alike. WNBA analyst who shares Accolade with Caitlin Clark says Fever rookie is unprecedented. In a wave of excitement for the Indiana Fever, WNBA analyst and former player Swin Cash has shared high praise for the team's rookie, calling her performance unprecedented. Cash, a two-time WNBA champion and influential voice in women's basketball, made these remarks after watching the Fever's new addition quickly establish herself as one of the league's most promising young players. The rookie, who entered the WNBA following an impressive college career, has wasted no time making a statement with her skills on the court. Known for her versatile playmaking, sharp shooting, and leadership, she has quickly become a standout player in the early part of the season. However, what has caught the eye of analysts like Cash is the way she has seamlessly transitioned from college to the pros, maintaining an impact on the game right from the start. "I've seen a lot of great rookies in my time, but what this young woman is doing is unprecedented," Cash said during a recent broadcast. She's got the poise, skill, and basketball IQ of a seasoned veteran. Her transition from college to the WNBA has been nothing short of seamless, which speaks volumes about her preparation, maturity, and basketball acumen. This is just the beginning. She's going to be a major force in this league for years to come. Her rapid rise to prominence has led to comparisons with some of the most decorated players in recent WNBA history, but Cash is particularly excited about the rookie's potential. She noted that while the rookie possesses the athleticism and explosiveness of a top draft pick, it's her basketball IQ and ability to read the game that make her stand out. Cash emphasized that the rookie's all-around game and leadership have already made her one of the top players to watch in the league. The Fever's rookie is also seen as a symbol of the growing talent pool in women's basketball. As Cash pointed out, the rise of Caitlin Clark, who has become a household name following her groundbreaking college career, has helped raise the profile of women's basketball, with more and more top-tier players entering the WNBA. Cash, who was a key figure in elevating the league throughout her own career, believes the rookie is a sign of things to come, adding that the future of women's basketball has never looked brighter. We're seeing the next generation of stars coming into the WNBA, and it's incredibly exciting to watch, Cash said. Caitlin Clark has already made waves in college basketball, and now we're seeing players like this rookie step into the pros and show out from day one. It's proof that women's basketball is growing, and there's no telling how far these new players can take the game. As the rookie continues to evolve, all eyes will be on the Indiana Fever as they look to build a championship-contending team around her. With an unprecedented blend of talent, high basketball IQ, and the leadership necessary to guide her team, this rookie is certainly one to watch, and her future in the WNBA looks incredibly bright. The buzz around this rookie's potential is growing by the day, and with analysts like Cash predicting great things, it's clear that the Fever have found themselves a cornerstone player for the future. The rookie's ability to adjust to the WNBA's level of competition so quickly, along with her already impressive skill set, has many believing that she will be one of the league's next big stars. For now, fans and analysts alike will eagerly follow her journey as she aims to leave her mark on the league. Puts in perspective, Caitlin Clark gets honest about competing with college football and Masters for eyeballs in America. Puts in perspective, Caitlin Clark gets honest about competing with college football and the Masters for eyeballs in America. In a sport traditionally dominated by men, Caitlin Clark has rapidly become a household name. As one of the most electrifying players in women's basketball, her prowess on the court has captivated audiences far beyond the world of college basketball. Her remarkable performance in leading the Iowa Hawkeyes to the NCAA championship game and winning NCAA Player of the Year honors has cemented her as one of the top athletes in the country. However, despite her individual accolades, Clark is acutely aware of the broader landscape of sports in America and the competition for attention, especially from powerhouse sports like college football and the Masters golf tournament. In an honest and insightful interview, Clark shared her thoughts on navigating the world of sports media and how her sport competes for visibility in an arena often dominated by football, golf, and other major male sports. The conversation delved into the challenges and opportunities women's sports face in terms of media coverage, sponsorships, and audience engagement, as well as Clark's perspective on how women's basketball can carve out its own space. The challenge of competing for eyeballs. Sometimes, it just puts things into perspective, Clark admits with a smile when asked about competing for attention in the sports media landscape. I understand that when you're up against events like the Masters or a college football Saturday, it's hard to capture that same level of attention. It's not personal. It's just the reality of sports in America. As Clark talks about the fierce competition for viewership, it's clear that she understands the larger context. In a country where college football dominates television ratings every fall, and where the Masters golf tournament annually attracts a vast global audience, she knows that getting the spotlight on women's sports is a battle of its own. Yet, she doesn't shy away from the challenge. In fact, she embraces it. But what's exciting is that people are starting to realize how great women's basketball is, she continues. It's about timing and how much we can make our voices heard. We're breaking through. Clark is referring to the growing momentum that women's sports have gained over the past several years. While the mainstream attention on women's basketball may not yet rival that of college football, the rapid rise of players like herself, Sabrina Ionescu, and others has shone a light on the game, creating more buzz and drawing in a new generation of fans. For a long time, women's basketball and other women's sports were marginalized in the media landscape. Clark's insight into the media landscape is informed by her experience of being thrust into the spotlight after leading Iowa to the 2023 NCAA championship game. Her on-court performances, highlighted by her exceptional shooting and playmaking, became national stories. She averaged an astonishing 27.0 points, 8.0 rebounds, and 7.0 assists per game during the 2023 season, and with her trademark three-pointers and basketball IQ, she captivated fans in a way that only the most iconic athletes can. However, her rise to stardom occurred during a particularly high-profile time in the sports world, as the 2023 NCAA tournament coincided with the peak of college football and the beginning of spring sports season, including the Masters. While the competition for attention can be frustrating, Clark recognizes that this context also provides opportunities. The rise of social media and digital platforms like ESPN Plus and YouTube has changed the way sports content is consumed. These platforms offer a chance for athletes like her to directly engage with their fan base and gain exposure without relying solely on traditional television broadcasts. It's about being in the conversation, she says. Having a presence on social media is huge. You can't rely on just one network to give you exposure. People have to talk about you. They have to share your highlights and games. That's how you build a following. Clark's understanding of the digital landscape is one of the reasons her reach extends far beyond just basketball fans. Through social media, she can connect with fans from across the globe, whether they're following her for her highlights, her off-court personality, or her advocacy for women's sports. By interacting with her fan base, Clark helps keep the conversation about women's basketball alive even when major events like the Masters or college football games dominate mainstream media, shifting the narrative around women's sports. While Clark acknowledges the challenge of competing with massive male-dominated events, she also sees the immense potential of women's sports in the current landscape. There is no denying the significant strides women's basketball has made over the past decade. The WNBA, in particular, has enjoyed a boost in popularity with players like Breanna Stewart, Diana Taurasi, and Aya Wilson, and college women's basketball has seen its biggest surge in viewership in years, partly due to athletes like Clark. We're seeing more people tuning into our games, whether it's the NCAA tournament or the WNBA, she says. That's why it's so important to keep pushing forward, to make sure we're visible, and to keep building on the momentum. It's not just about me. It's about the growth of the entire sport. Indeed, Clark recognizes that her success is part of a larger movement within women's sports. Over the past few years, there has been a rising wave of visibility for female athletes in basketball, soccer, tennis, and other disciplines. The increase in media coverage of women's sports is slowly, but steadily shifting the narrative. Clark, who has used her platform to advocate for gender equality in sports, acknowledges that the fight for equal visibility and respect is ongoing, but that progress is being made. The power of influence and representation. A major factor in the rise of women's sports is the growing recognition of the power of female athletes as role models. Clark is well aware that her success extends beyond basketball and that her presence in the media is important for future generations of athletes. Representation matters, and having women in the public eye allows younger girls to see themselves reflected in the sports they love. I want young girls to watch and think, that could be me someday, she says. It's important to show them that they can be as successful as the men they see on TV. They can have their own dreams. They can be their own stars. Clark's impact on young athletes cannot be overstated. She is already a role model for countless aspiring basketball players who see her as an inspiration both on and off the court. Whether it's her work ethic, her fearless approach to competition, or her leadership, Clark's story represents a new era in which women athletes can command respect and attention in the same way male athletes have traditionally enjoyed. Conclusion: embracing the challenge. Caitlin Clark's recognition of the competitive nature of American sports is grounded in an understanding of the larger picture. While she may face stiff competition from college football, the Masters, and other high-profile male sports events, Clark's unwavering belief in the future of women's basketball and her role in that future is clear. I think women's sports are on the verge of something special.